Hey everyone, before I begin this short video, Jennifer and I just wanted to thank everyone for the great conversation we have been having. It's nice to know that we can challenge one another and still be able to continue with the education discussion. So, thank you for that. This week, Jennifer and I will be introducing you to climate change education. As you can see, a lot of the articles and links share a familiar viewpoint, holding on to the idea that if we do not introduce climate change education into our system now, then we are quickly going to be in trouble in the near future. We've had lots of discussion this past week on the controversial side of climate change education and how to effectively adapt it into our programs. Our main concern has been with students' readiness and the activist nature of the topic. This week, we unfortunately cannot provide you with the finite answer because I do not believe there is a proper answer for this yet, but we will help formulate a clear picture into ways climate change education can be implemented successfully. Well, hopefully. To start off the week, I wanted to use the quote from the reading, What is Climate Change Education? And the quote states that teachers should not be expected to do and do not need to have extensive knowledge of climate change before engaging and co learning with their students in thinking about the transition to a more sustainable future. This quote is very important because we need to remember it's not okay. It is okay to not know everything about a topic. Learning with your students is just as powerful, if not more, as being the one who stands in front of the classroom and just lectures the student on climate change. This is where the inquiry based model plays a huge factor in our educating our youth. Working through the 6 steps sets up learning in a friendly student directed environment. This is where we play our key role, even if we do not have an extensive knowledge on the topic. Our true role as a teacher is to help create and establish critical thinkers. As our students are researching, we are ensuring that they are asking the right questions, formulating the right hypothesis, and determining the appropriate actions. None of these aspects require us to be experts in climate change. They just require us to teach the skills needed to do the research. Um, Furthermore, we are not pushing any views on the subject using this method, and we are allowing the students to establish their own thought base on their own research. And I think that is super important when we're talking about climate change, is allowing our students to create um, their own idea on if they believe in climate change or if they not, or what they would like to do next. So it opens that world for them. Throughout the readings, you will see examples of climate change education in place, such as Australia, who looks like they have a pretty successful program so far that they've started up. The storm and reasons why we need to make something happen now in our education system. Statistics on how each province is um, making the change in school settings, the goals for climate change education, example activities, and finally, teacher preparedness. And the example is the Lakehead University one where they um, focused on the students taking a climate change course, and they wanted to see their knowledge going into this. And it proved to be very little, and everyone had a different variety. To complement the reading this week, along with the slideshow, we have found a video on the importance of climate change. This video is just under 5 minutes in length, but it really hits home on the importance of introducing climate change into our education setting, because after doing all these readings, if we don't do something about this now, I do believe we're going to be in big trouble if we don't open up our eyes to the younger students. Finally, Jennifer and I would like to have some fun with our discussion this week. We would like to encourage everyone to either make a podcast, a video, or even a visual representation to back up your feelings towards climate change education. We would also like to set up a video conference for this week, if at all possible, one evening. We thought it would be nice to discuss the topics in person because sometimes getting our ideas down on virtual paper is very difficult and we don't really get our true meaning out. So we thought maybe if we could set up a little Skype and we could talk about some of the questions, that could be fun. So On one of the links below, you'll see it states possible video conference, and there will be 2 dates and times there. If it works for you, please sign up and show your Skype hashtag so we can get everyone logged in and to help this go successfully. Um, um, we hope that we can respond quick enough to everyone this week. And we hope you enjoy our discussion. So thanks again for making this class successful. And again, we look forward to having this talk further and see where we could go next in climate change and education. Don't forget to check out our slideshow. Have a great weekend, everyone.